Hey guys, Brian Todd of Camille Woodworking here. Today I want to give you guys a quick little rundown of how I actually apply finish. I get a lot of questions about my finishing process and how I get things smooth. So I want to show you how I apply General Finishes Armor Seal to walnut. And I use a lot of walnut. And I always get a lot of compliments on it, and I just want to show you guys exactly how I do that. There's a little bit of play in the wording on the actual can of the process of how to apply it, and I want to basically clear a few things up and just talking to the company and that sort of thing. And I've learned just a couple ways to do it in applying a brush that really works for me. So it may not work for you, but hopefully here's an idea for you. So I hope you enjoy. So basically I just took a curly walnut cut off, something I wasn't really going to use, and I ran it through the drum sander twice, both at 80 grit and 100 grit, so it's really flat. I also fresh cut it and mitered that edge a little bit just to give it some shape, and I drilled a thumb hole in it as well. So I'm just showing you guys my sanding process with the Festool Rotex. I started at 120 grit, and I went up to 180 and then up to 220. And basically what you want to do is just be really gentle with the Festool Rotex and not press on it at all. If you go up gradually, you'll get out all the little half circles that it tends to put in on the lower grits. And now I'm just hitting the live edge with 220 to make sure that it's smooth, but it still has that natural shape to it. And the next step is to heat up the brand. All my projects get my brand as kind of a seal of approval. I basically just lay it on there for a couple seconds and then hit it with 220. And here's the finish. It's General Finishes Armor Seal in satin. I've never used anything that's not satin just because I love the way it looks. So I'm just going to basically pour it into my little can here, pouring it gently. It's a little bit lumpy just because it's the end of the actual batch. You never want to shake it because you're going to get air bubbles in it, so you just want to stir it. And this is just some scrap I had laying around the shop. I'm going to stir it gently, but it's very important that you never ever shake Armor Seal. You'll get air bubbles in your finish and it's going to look terrible. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to apply it with a foam brush. This is a 2.5 or 3 inch, I think it's a 3 inch. I'm going to just dip it in and get it like really soaked, and then get the excess off like that. And then when applying General Finishes Armor Seal, you want to be gentle. You don't want to press too hard. So I just do this very gently. Flip it over to the other side. Do that again. You can see the color really coming out of it now. I'm going to go ahead and get the ends. Slide the live edge. This side as well. Not terribly worried about the sides, I'm more worried about the face of it. Okay, so then this is the most important thing, is you're going to let it sit for about 5 minutes that you want to get the excess off. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to wipe the brush, get all the excess out of it, and it's going to tear a little bit, and that's okay. And what you're going to do is you're just going to very lightly go back over it. You're going to smoothen it out. And then you're going to get the excess off of the brush again. And you're just going to do that again, very lightly. The last thing you want it to do is to pool up on you. And then that's going to make it look really uneven and bumpy. And And the thinner coats that you do, the smoother it'll be. So I'm just gonna keep taking a little bit off at a time. A lot of people make the mistake that they put this on and then they let it cool for like 10-15 minutes and then they wipe it all the way off, and that's not what those directions say. Same thing for the end grain. Just gonna wipe it clear. All right, and there it is. As you can see, there's just some gorgeous color in there. And when it's dry, it will look like this. See how smooth it is? That's exactly what it'll look like if you follow this method.